Hey guys, it's New York Prime, aka Club King. Welcome to my latest video. This video is a review of the 1985 fantasy film Legend. So I hope you enjoy this. If you do, please like, comment and subscribe. Now to the main video. Enjoy! I absolutely love Legend. To many it's not as beloved as Neverending Story, Dark Crystal or even Labyrinth, but for me it has a special place. It's a bit more darker and a bit more fantasy orientated. I like that. I absolutely love Jim Carrey as the devil, or should I say darkness. He's so good. He really steals the show, and the effects and the makeup just look incredible. He makes the perfect devil. He has the huge horns and he has the hooves, and it works so well. It's hard to imagine Tim Curry as a dark, menacing creature, or even the devil, but it works so well. He really does bring this character to life, and the makeup really does help. You can imagine that gave him the inspiration to do such a good job, and he does an incredible job. The bright red works so well, as does the dark black. I love the shine on his horns and the shine on his skin. He looks so imposing and so evil. And his voice, of course his voice, Tim Curry does an amazing job. It is your stereotypical devil, but it's done so well. If you think of a devil, you think of this version. He looks the part. I always loved the look of the goblins. They were so different to that of Labyrinth. In Legend, they were gruesome, they were slimy, and twisted, and I loved that. The long nose, the ears, they were just horrible, and it worked so well. The way they had this weird shine to them, and they just looked incredible. I really love the look of the goblins in Legend. The film even makes something like a fairy seem dark and sinister, and it works. It works in this world of fantasy, which has its happy, joyful moments, but then it can just turn to being dark on an instant, and it works. To me, in any way. The Hag is probably one of the more gruesome and coolest, probably one of the best, or is that the worst? She looks hideous and slimy, and that voice, and there's even the atmosphere in the swamp, which is slimy, but it's that shiny, slimy texture, and just the way that she moves and the way that she acts. It's terrifying. As a kid, yeah, she scared the hell out of me. You did think that Tom Cruise was going to be eaten. I'll talk more about Tom Cruise later. But yeah, for me, the Hag of Megan Mucklebone, I think that's her name, was one of the most terrifying things I've ever seen. But still, something fascinating, even though terrifying, with that hump and the serpent-like qualities and the wet-like hair. She looked amazing, but she looked horrible. The moist, shiny skin really worked for her and really adds to that evil effect. So evil and so haggard, she looks incredible. Unicorns in this film are majestic, beautiful creatures, and even though they're just horses, the way that they're filmed and the way that they look is beautiful, and they do look majestic and powerful. And it's without them there would be no film, because the story rolls around them and rolls around the unicorns being captured by the darkness and their horns being chopped off. And yeah, you actually do feel for the unicorns. Luna the Fairy is an interesting character, though small in many ways. I like the idea that this little fairy can change size, but but that doesn't want the others to know. And she can change her appearance, but again, doesn't want anyone to know. And she's in love with Tom Cruise's character. Who wouldn't be? And I really do like the look. She looks a little bit crazy, a little bit. There's always like this mist in this film. Something that makes it feel fantasy, that makes it feel different, and it works with her. There's like a glittery glow to her. And yeah, she's very mischievous and very naughty. And a nice little character, but with hardly any screen time. The goblins add a big part to the story. They're the ones that grab the horn, and the way that they talk and the way that they act is brilliant. And I love, like I said earlier, the noses, the design, the moistness, the shininess of these horrible creatures. But the way that they act is perfect, so evil, so sinister, and it just really works well. To contrast that, you've got the dwarfs and the sprites, and they're perfect as support side characters. Yes, they have a very small role, but they're important to the story, but they don't get much screen time, and each one has a different personality, and they are funny. They're that fun element, which is a good contrast to the darkness of the goblins. Many people don't like Tom Cruise's naiveness, his bad acting in this film, but I actually like Tom Cruise here. He is a young actor, so he comes across so young and naive, and that adds to the pure of heart that he's meant to have. And it works really well in my opinion. I think he does the job perfectly. It suits the film and it works with the fantasy style. As a simple forest boy who's in love with a princess, that's simply what he is. And it's that love and pure of heart that guides the character, and it's really cool. And the change he goes through his journey, like when he puts on the golden armour, just looks very cool, and it works. The proof in his acting that his acting is not terrible is the fact that his character does change. He does grow. He's not the same naive forest boy as he was at the start. He's now a hero. I'm going to be honest, I think Maya Sara looks incredible in this, even better than at Ferris Bueller's Day Off, and even better than Time Cop. In here, she looks amazing. And I loved the transformation from the naive princess to someone being corrupted by darkness. I really like that, and they did it so well. Her innocence is what gets her into trouble. She just wants to touch the unicorn, there's no harm, but that causes all the trouble that happens in the film. It's because of that innocence that it happens, and the darkness is attracted to that. And yeah, she does a great job. I love her acting in this. I love her acting when she's naive and innocent. I love it when she's being terrorised by the goblins. I even love it when she's being corrupted. It's great. Talking of the corruption, I love the way that's done. I love the beautiful ballet that this dress wears, and it dances and it hypnotises her and draws her in. It's so dark and so creepy, but also so beautiful. It works so well. And it's something that's been used a lot, but works in this film. And I like the difference from the white dress to the black makeup and the black dress. She looks great as a goth, and it works very well. It also adds that extra touch to the dark fantasy feel of the film, in my opinion. Overall, I really do love this dark fantasy film. It's really good. It has its elements of happiness and it has its elements of darkness, and it works really well with the two. Yeah, it's not as beloved as the others, but it has a place for me. If you haven't seen it, watch it. If you like Tim Curry, watch it. If you like special effects, practical effects, watch it. Because they do an amazing job with the creatures. That being said, what would I rate Legend? Of course I'm giving it a 10 out of 10. I absolutely love it. And yeah, Tim Curry is the star of the show. I hope you enjoyed my review of the 1985 Legend. If you have, then please like, comment and subscribe. Now into the main video. See you in the next video even. See you in the next video, guys. Bye for now.